So I have to ask, Andy, this isn't one of those songs you have to pay for?
No, it is not.
I didn't think so. Boy, that took about a week to settle that situation.
More than that.
More than that. Welcome to the Tom Bernard Show with
co-host Catherine Brandt.
Andy Brandt Bernard.
And Kristen Burt.
What's going on, sister? You look happier every day. That's good.
I was just crying my eyes out, so
Wow.
I'm not reading the room right.
Again?
Yeah, my family is going through a lot right now between the house. There's a lot going on. It was a very emotional visit. And I just was on the phone with my aunt who was checking in on me, and I was like, "Don't make me cry because I gotta go on the radio and they're gonna see my video and I'm gonna look like I have crying eyes."
No,
so.
you don't at all, though.
No,
Your eyes are not puffy at all.
Sometimes when people are nice to you, that makes you cry, right?
Yep.
It does actually. She said something really nice, and that actually just you start choking up and you're like, "Thank you."
There you go.
After
And I was
Hobbs,
like, I have 5 minutes left.
after Hobbs died, the best thing anyone could do is not talk to me about it.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I
true.
remember when Cassie died. This guy told me his friend had a hunting dog, and when he accidentally shot the dog during the hunting trip, and he
God.
loved the dog
God.
so much he was just devastated.
Devastated.
He
That's
said
rough.
he said he couldn't talk to anybody for 3 months. He just wouldn't speak
Well, yeah,
to
you shoot
anybody
your dog. I don't even.
for
yeah.
3 months.
It's traumatizing.
It
And obviously, if
is.
you love the dog and it was a total accident,
Yes.
it's a lot to live with.
Yes.
And by the way, KB2, when Cassie died, guess who had to take him to the vet?
Everyone but her.
Everyone but Nana.
I know, I
and
chickened out
You
so bad. Well,
did.
he was so demented, he didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with him.
Yeah.
honest to God, Kristen, I'm standing there and Cassie's looking up at me and I'm going, "Hey, don't worry," I'm petting him. Then I all of a sudden realized he's dead.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not there anymore.
He's staring at me, but he's dead. It was
Honestly,
really
the last
weird.
week,
Hard,
of,
'cause
the last
animals are
week
so
of his
sweet.
life, I thought he was going to, every morning I was going to find him gone because he
Yep.
was just, all of a sudden, just fell apart.
Well, he was a million years old. He was 18, right?
18 for a
Whoa.
dog is, even a
Yeah.
little dog is pretty up there.
It's pretty up there.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of had the greatest life of any dog ever.
He had a great life.
Got pictures of him on a private jet. So, I mean,
There you go.
Not our private jet.
I know. Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Now, the profit, the fortune that we know, as Kristen Bird told us, this was going to start happening, and it has started happening, and it continues. Stephen Colbert is done.
Yep,
in
he's
another
gone.
6 months.
There's so much to unpack with this particular story too,
Yeah,
because
I
it's
bet.
not just like, hey, it's a financial decision. It's got multi-prongs hanging, it's like a little tentacle from an octopus, because sure, we know that late night is dying. That's one thing. Two, we know that CBS has been cutting back on their budget tremendously, because we saw After Midnight, which was the show following Stephen Colbert, that got canceled. But you're also looking at the payout when it comes to settling the Donald Trump lawsuit. You have the Paramount merger, which is still yet to go through with
Yeah,
Skydance.
that's right.
And you have Stephen Colbert, who's been critical of Donald Trump. And I don't think it's any coincidence that he criticizes CBS, and then 2 days later his show is suddenly out of the blue canceled. And from all reports that we've been seeing, he was in the middle of taping when he basically found out that his show was canceled. This
there you
wasn't
go.
like, hey, come to my office, sit down, I want to let you know the discussion that's going on. He
Yeah.
had to retape his intro and actually tell the news. So
Well, they had to pay out, what, 61
16 million.
16 million.
16 million. Okay.
Yeah.
How much of that did you get?
$0. I'll take 100,000.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'll lowball
absolutely.
it. I'll take that. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think my concern's just coming from a journalist standpoint, entertainment journalist, of course, not political or anything else like that, is that we've seen The View. The View has been asked to actually tone down some of their discussions of Trump, and we know that they go way over the top.
Yeah, they do.
But my concern is, when we talk about free speech, are they going to go after things like podcasts, anything we talk about here? Because a lot of people are getting nervous that they're going to get sued by the Trump administration. That is a big concern, and that is a valid concern.
Trump administration, the administration didn't sue him, right? It was actually a defamation suit against Donald Trump because they said that he was a convicted rapist over and over, right? Isn't that
That
what
is
it was?
ABC.
That was
That's ABC.
That's a different one.
Not-
Why would they
Yeah, that's
say
a
that
different-
if they can't
And he
prove
wasn't
it?
a convicted rapist. He was
Because
not
to them,
convicted for
$16
rape.
million is a small price to pay for
I
getting
suppose.
it out there that everyone thinks that Donald Trump is a rapist.
Well, I think $16 million
don't care.
is starting to mean a lot of money to these networks because
Oh,
they're
in
losing.
television, yep.
Yeah,
It is.
So, I mean, to be perfectly honest, everything with their severe biases, I think it is time for people to start stopping being so incredibly biased and actually report maybe some truth. That would be a
But
refreshing
the George
thing.
Stephanopoulos one was splitting hairs, I'm going to say on that, because he does have the civil lawsuit that he lost against, and I'm forgetting her name. It's like E blah blah blah.
Oh,
But it was the civil lawsuit. It was not a criminal lawsuit.
That
So
the
he wasn't
blonde
convicted
Jean
criminally.
Carroll or whatever.
Eugene Carroll, yeah.
yeah.
E. Jean Carroll, thank you very much.
Very
E.
Yeah,
good.
Jean
she
Carroll.
was in KQ studio years and years
Many
ago,
years ago.
hitting on every guy in the building.
Yeah, she was.
I mean, she's not a normal human being. I'm
No.
sorry.
But the civil lawsuit did work out in her favor. So
Yep,
let's
it
just,
did.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
definitely not convicted.
No.
But there was a civil lawsuit that aired on her side. So I guess we just have to, and for Stephanopoulos, he chose the wrong words, and those are the words that came out. And again, that is wrong because it wasn't a criminal conviction, and that's where it went. So I just think a lot of people are very nervous about the administration because they will pull the trigger and sue you. And networks can't handle this right now,
No.
politically, entertainment wise. And we are losing on the heels of all of this, too. We're talking about Colbert. We lost the funding for NPR and PBS, which I think the big cities will be okay, but it's the rural areas that really do depend on local news. And oftentimes they can't get their ABC, CBS. PBS is their
Oh,
only
really?
local news for local weather events and things like that, community stories. That's of concern,
how does
especially
that-
for states like Alaska.
How does that happen? If you can get NPR, NPR, why can't you get any other station?
A lot of
never heard of
times
that.
the public radio oftentimes reaches further out than, say, some of the television stations. So NPR in public radio becomes their only outlet in certain areas.
Yeah, I don't, I just, to go back a couple of minutes, it just kept running through my mind because E. Jean Carroll did come into the KQ morning show several times over a couple of years. Oh, for Christ's sake. You,
He didn't know there was extra dogs in the neighborhood today.
this is what we
Oh,
need.
dear.
This is
The
great.
dog show with Tom
It is
Bernard
now.
family.
This is the family show.
Sorry.
3 generations
Judith,
of family,
take Jude
dogs.
out or
the whole
something.
shooting match.
Pick him up, something.
Yeah, get out.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Birchie, you can still be in here because you're calm.
He has come.
But what I was saying is that
It's
E.
very
Jean
exciting.
Carroll, when she used to come in the studio, she was always, very outward and blah, blah, blah. But you looked at her, she's a very pretty woman, not stupid. Why did she think she had to do that kind of thing in order to be known or successful or whatever?
You mean hit on the guys?
Yeah, why?
Some women,
Well-
that's how they got there.
Maybe.
Yeah, and
well,
it's sometimes it's the only way to get hired back in the day.
Yeah.
I hate
Well,
to
maybe.
say that, but as a female, I'm not saying it's right, but unfortunately, that was the oftentimes office politics.
Yep.
I guess. I don't know. It's just it's
Yeah,
a weird
I think my
situation.
point of all of this is, I have a concern about local news. I have a concern about news in general, and that it's being dismantled brick by brick. And what does it look like? What does it mean to all of us, even here on the podcast, if things start falling away? We can continue, but you don't want your voice to be silenced by any means.
Well,
and
this
that
is-
goes for any side of the political spectrum.
This is the medium that's looked to for news now. X and Facebook and all. People are looking at these podcasts for the news because, some big network doesn't own the podcast in general. Some of them do, but not many. So they think because they're not being paid tons and tons of dough that they actually trust what these people say on podcasts. No, I don't know. That's always true because
Yeah, I don't know that's always true because you hear,
Right.
there's just a lot of confusion. And I guess it's just a matter of people being really able to voice their opinions, I guess is my concern.
Yeah, I guess I was never a Steve. Well, first of all, I never got to see Stephen Colbert because he was on so late. But my buddy was his his stage guy to open the show for him.
Paul Mercurio.
Paul Mercurio,
Yeah.
one of his head writers. And what Paul and the family have been friends for years and years and years, and he always liked him. He said he was a really good guy and all the rest of it. But I just think the best person ever at that kind of thing was Johnny Carson. Because Johnny Carson,
Yeah, that era's long
Leno
gone.
did a good job
Yep.
too.
who?
Leno was.
Yeah,
good.
Leno did a good
Yeah,
job with
he
it
was
too.
fun.
That's true.
I liked Letterman too when he was on after Carson
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
I feel like he
That
was
era.
really good for a while, and then wasn't so much
Well,
after.
he's nuts. I mean,
I
I'm
just feel like
sorry,
sometimes they
he's
just make
crazy.
so much money that they just don't care anymore.
Yeah, I think everyone gets you get lazy. I
Yeah.
think it's true. I mean, if you're at any job a long time, you get lazy. It's I've
Right.
been there where I'm like, ugh. Conan is very funny. I find Conan very, very funny.
Conan O'Brien.
Does
Yeah,
he
I
still have
agree.
But he
show?
didn't last in the late night.
He
game
didn't
very
last.
long until
He's got a
Tonight
show, but what kind of show is it?
He
now,
does a
Chris?
podcast, right?
He does a great podcast.
Oh, there
It
you
is
go.
hilarious. I mean, because honestly, it just makes you. He is so sarcastic, and he loves to make fun of himself. That
That's good.
he's a delight. He's a delight to listen to. I enjoyed him as an Oscars host too. So I'm glad he's
that's
coming
right.
back in 26. Yeah.
that
Well,
was a
you
while
know,
back.
something I'll tell you, and I haven't talked about this at all publicly. I've talked to the family about it a little bit. Since I got fired 2.5 years ago, I've been offered a few radio jobs, but they don't pay anywhere near as much as a podcast does. I mean, they just don't have the money anymore.
No, they don't.
I know a friend of mine's trying to put together a deal right now, and you know, it's backed by some people with some big money. And if he can do it, that'd be great. You know, I'd appear on there once in a while, but podcasting is definitely the future. There is no doubt about that.
I
And,
wonder if there will be something else that comes up. You know,
like what?
I don't know what else there could be. How else you could communicate, but I just feel like maybe there's something out there. We don't
Well,
know.
The amazing thing is I did try to watch the news the other night on, I won't say which one it is. Catherine and I are good friends with the couple on Channel 4. Frank and Amelia have been friends for a long time, and I know some of the other people. But I watched the news last night on, I won't say which
So the
channel.
local news.
Yeah, the local news.
Okay.
On, I won't say what channel. I didn't know one person on that show. None of them.
Well, that's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
They rotate reporters in and out like they're changing their socks.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
like-
And a lot
just
of
don't
the
keep anyone.
veteran anchors that we all grew up knowing, no matter what city you're in, they are being retired. Which you know, if they sit there, it just becomes too expensive. You know,
Yep.
they're at the ceiling when it comes to the salaries, and the networks are like, we don't have the money.
Isn't that weird when, though, I mean, a local podcast, you can make more money than working for a radio station, which back in the days, you could make millions of dollars.
I know, but remember, look at those big buildings. Like, look at how many people used to work
Oh, yeah.
in.
Yep.
And then when it became a hedge fund thing, where they just started buying all the different radio stations, like Cumulus. What did they buy at one time? Something like 30 stations.
Yeah, I think it was
and-
30 stations, yeah.
And yeah, just paid so much
Destroyed
money
them
for
all,
it.
by the way.
Well, it was a pump and dump scheme.
Yep.
And we didn't.
It's
I
the
don't
private
think-
equity when
Yeah,
they come
Yeah.
in.
I
too.
don't think we
Yep.
knew about pump and dump schemes. They've been going on forever, but we just didn't know about them.
Well, and I've talked about
Yeah.
this before, Kristen. When I first met you, the KQRS morning show had a 40 share. It was the highest rated morning show in America. It now has, I believe, a 1.7.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I mean,
Well, yeah, there used to be so many salespeople and
Yeah.
engineers
Yep.
and
Yep.
just
Yeah,
so
that's
much
across
staff.
the board too.
It
'cause,
is across
you know-
the board.
You know, I cover Dancing with the Stars heavily, and some of the younger fans that have joined in the last couple of years because it's become a like TikTok viral show. People are like, why don't we get like result shows? Why don't we get these big epic productions like they used to? And I'm like, the money's not there.
No.
And they're like, but it's more popular than ever. And I'm like, no, it's not more popular than ever. It's gained about 1.5 million people, which is a good direction to move into. But in its heyday, 21 million people were watching that a week.
Yeah.
Now
Yes.
you have
Crazy.
4 to 5 million.
Yep.
There's the money, that money doesn't exist anymore, and you're not going to have what it formerly was. And that goes for most shows anyway, too. That's why you're seeing budget cuts across the board.
and you can just tell Tim to come in if he wants. I mean, as long as he's
Meet
here.
May. This is
Turn my
May.
Tim
Oh,
Slagle
hi,
is
May.
Afraid of
May.
Thunder.
There's May.
Rabbit murderer.
Hello, May.
A rabbit murderer, but scared of thunder.
Yep.
I mean, that is an
Yeah,
oxymoron.
yeah, there you
Well,
go.
rabbits don't make a lot of noise.
That's her. Rabbit murderer.
Absolutely
No, but you're
true.
murdering the rabbit. You're not chasing the rabbit.
What, Kristen, does anybody know what is next? Because television, particularly local television, is fading away. Podcasting, you can do national podcasting, you can do local podcasting, so that's going to hold pretty strong. But what's next? I mean, what is next? There's always a next. What is next?
I hate to say it, but it's AI. AI is
That
the
is
next
not
wave
good
of-
news.
It is not good news. It's not good news at all. And you have, you look at tech and how tech. I saw a video clip on this today, and they were just talking about how Netflix first came for Blockbuster, got them out of the way, came for Hollywood and said, hey, we're going to do 8 episodes per season, knocking away that 22 to 24 episode a season model, killing the linear networks out of the way. They are now going for live sports, all of like the streamers and stuff. So that is killing things like ESPN because if Apple can bid, $1 billion and give that to F1 or to the NFL or wherever, Amazon, Netflix, you name it, of course those leagues are going to take that money. They're going to say bye to ABC. They're going to say bye to NBC. And then we're all paying for it because we have subscriptions. And the next wave is honestly commercials, and it's already starting. Commercials are being done completely by AI. And I'm not just talking radio voiceovers. I'm talking about full-on commercials of people that you think are real, and they're nothing but AI. And that's also going to happen in scripted television as well.
Well, Kristen, I've already had it happen to me. I think I mentioned it a few months ago that I was listening to. I don't even remember what I was listening to. But this commercial came on. It was me doing the commercial.
Sorry.
And I'm, listening to the commercial and all the rest of it. And it was definitely my voice. There's no question. But I didn't do it.
Yeah.
That is scary.
It's super scary.
There just was
very
a
scary.
report this morning that Delta is now going to be using AI for booking.
Oh, God.
And people are very afraid that what they're going to be doing is the frequent flyer people will get, better fares, and the people that fly once in a while are just going to be brutalized on fares. I'm
I
like, I
suppose,
don't know.
yeah.
I guess they use AI somewhat for booking, but within
They've
the
been doing algorithms and stuff like that for ages.
Yeah, because if you
But I
search
guess-
the same flight 4 times on
Yeah.
the same device, your price goes up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I guess they're going to go to around 22 to 24% of all bookings will be through AI. I don't know what that's going to mean, and I don't know how a computer can be biased.
It means if they can get
exactly
2%
that way.
more out of you, they'll get 2% more out of you.
It's what they think you will pay, like
Yeah,
what
exactly.
your threshold is based on your prior experiences.
How
'Cause
about if you search constantly and never buy anything? Will you start getting cheaper?
You just Google, I hate flying. Ways to avoid flying.
Yeah.
Just wondering if that's how it
I have a
works.
question. Tim Slagle's in studio, and we're, Tim's been, how many years we known each other? Many, many years now.
30?
30. I think
Definitely about 30.
I think it's about 30 years. So, Tim, did you ever think of maybe
I don't think he's labbed up.
doing a?
Oh,
He's got
Yeah,
he's got his
he's
mic
got
on.
It's
Why
on.
is it so quiet?
I don't know, well, maybe that wasn't turned
Is
on.
there a
Well,
thingy?
the
Yeah,
green was on.
the light's green.
I think I know.
Oh, Andy's gonna readjust.
I will
We're
fix
switching
it.
things around, so-
Do the, if you could, the other one over there. Yeah,
Just use
that
it.
one I know.
Look at
will work.
that.
Okay.
I had to set these up in a hurry right before this. It was like literally a minute before the show. I finally got done.
Oh,
That's okay.
boy.
I'm usually late, so there's good.
Well, there you go.
But you made it because we've known each other for 30
There
years.
we
You came
go.
early. Now we're good to go. You should put a bit together where you literally walk out on stage and only play things through a little, I guess, cassette recorder or whatever. Your voice, but your version of AI of your. I think that'd be very funny.
Well, I actually have quite experience with AI. I twice I asked AI to write a bit for me.
Oh,
Not
really?
so
And if I had known this had
Oh.
been this was going to be the topic, I would have brought the bit so I could have read them.
That would have been great.
But the first time I asked, I said, write a comedy routine in the style of Tim Slagle. And
Bum, 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 bum.
Mr. Sandman's
Sandman.
Sure.
I love that
This
song.
podcast is like going.
Yeah, really. This has been quite the show.
that's
I love it. Lot-
Sometimes they're that way. Usually Fridays. I feel like
that's
Fridays
Mrs.
are.
Slagle. That's Mrs. Slagle's exclusive ringtone. So that's how
there you
important
go.
the show is to me that I'm ignoring that. So the first time I asked it, it started out as, "What's the deal with payphones?"
Oh Lord.
See, those a lot.
So obviously AI knows my age,
Yeah.
but they were kind of calling me a hack.
So rude. I'd be so hurt.
Dissed by AI.
No.
And then when Elon Musk introduced Grok,
Oh yeah.
I saw that Grok was trying to be a little more hip than Chat GPT.
Oh,
when you
yeah.
think about payphones. So I asked Grok to write a routine in the style of Tim Slagle, and it wasn't that funny, but man, they nailed it.
Oh, really?
That's scary.
They nailed my style. It was totally. I'm sick of the military-industrial complex taking advantage of low-life comics like myself. It was,
That's
yeah.
nice.
So Grok knew me.
Oh.
I thought that
terrible
was
because your
fascinating.
voice is out there, you know?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always think about my writing. Anyone can copy my writing at this point because I write all
Oh
the
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. There's no question. Yeah, we've just been talking about Stephen Colbert got canceled last night. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, well, I think everybody knew that.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God,
didn't
that's,
until
it.
this
That's the
morning.
entire Facebook feed. Is
I
Stephen
know.
Colbert.
Oh, is
Stephen
it?
Colbert. Yeah.
Yeah.
That or the couple who got caught cheating. One of the two.
Yes.
Which I brought to you guys
Yeah,
yesterday.
you
did.
I
Yeah.
have to talk about this. I was like, boy, I was spot on with that one.
Did
I was
you-
just pulling
did-
it off of TikTok.
Yeah.
Do you know what was? Do you know the big thing about that for me is that guy was so embarrassed that he was caught at a Coldplay concert.
What could be
Oh
worse?
my
well,
God!
by
How
the way-
humiliating!
Oh, you know.
Forget the affair.
Hold on. Speaking of AI, that was a fake apology statement.
Really?
Not his real statement.
Really?
Did he make
Yep.
it at least?
Well,
He
I
did not.
I heard that his director of marketing, which bought, I think it was marketing, it was an employee of his
Right.
who bought the tickets for the concert. He was fired.
Oh, he got fired.
He
'cause
got
he bought
fired.
the tickets.
Yeah.
But the CEO is going to be just fine.
Somehow.
Unbelievable.
HR will be fired. That his mistress will be fired probably. That's what's going to wind up happening. He will be fine. He'll throw out
Yeah.
a real apology, and then everyone else will get fired underneath him.
So,
Well, he didn't do anything wrong by CEO standards.
No, that's
He might have violated a marital contract,
Yeah.
but that's right inside the CEO playbook. Every
This is
CEO
true.
violates
Yeah.
it.
But
That's
not
true.
necessarily HR because
Yeah,
he
HR.
was sleeping with someone under him, literally.
so many ways.
So
But
that
but
opens him up to a sexual harassment lawsuit by law.
but
Yeah.
that is an HR violation.
Yes.
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 So HR, she'll have a hard time working in
Yeah,
HR.
but then to also fire the person that bought the concert tickets,
Yeah.
that seems like a wrongful dismissal suit right
Yeah.
there.
I would agree
mean,
with
you
that.
can't just fire somebody for buying tickets.
Yeah, that you decided to make bad decisions
I
at.
Yeah.
know.
Well, he
That's-
might not have told him it was Coldplay.
yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as he
Right.
got there,
Concert.
wait, this is a Coldplay show? Oh, that guy's fired.
But Chris Martin clocked it from the get-go. That's what was really wild about it, and that was pretty funny.
He was like,
May
can I
likes
sit on your
Tim.
lap too?
Tim has a new job now. He's got to watch over the
Hopefully
dogs.
you like dogs. Oh,
Oh,
well.
my, it's
You
me.
got one in your lap.
I
free
don't
to
know that he wants that to be
Feel free to
happening.
shove her off your
There
lap
it
if
is.
you.
Yeah.
We've got a
he's-
cattle dog mix too.
No.
Oh, you saw the cattle dog in her.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, right
I
away.
say they seem to
Right
be
away.
fast friends. So
Oh, by the way, I should mention it. Don't smell his breath because he just ate a rabbit head about 2 days ago.
It's her.
That's a good cattle dog.
yeah, she is a
She
murderer.
is a murderer.
She's a murderer.
So somebody told me that cattle dogs are Belgian Manois that smoke unfiltered cigarettes and drink straight scotch.
Oh, there you
Yeah, I can see
Yeah, I
that.
can see that.
see
That would
that.
be her if she was
go.
a
Back in
human.
the
Yeah.
day. Back in the day.
She'd be drinking coffee and smoking ciggies like crazy.
Preston, what's going to happen to television in the future? Because, I mean, I always use the baseball example. I am not going to buy 4 different channels so I can watch all the Twins games. I'm
Yep.
just not
Yes.
going to do it.
Well, I think there is going to be a huge backlash
gonna
against all
have
of
to
this.
It will.
I
There
think that
will.
we're going to see, and I've kind of predicted this as we're watching some streamers not be profitable. We're going to start seeing the merging of
Yeah.
streamers. HBO is going to be bought up. I'm
Yep.
I'm predicting that right now. HBO cannot survive just hanging out there on its own. It's going to have to be bought up by whether it's a Hulu or whether it's, Paramount. Someone's going to have to
Right.
actually do that. Peacock, it will merge with one of the other streamers. We will see that happen. AI is really a big concern. It's so funny because when we had the strikes a few years ago and we were on air talking about this, and we went from 0 to 100 on the AI crisis, honestly, and that's going to come at us so fast, I think, in the next 6 months to a year.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
It's really going to be something that we're like, whoa, we're going to have whiplash, honestly.
So the voiceover industry's done. There aren't going to be any more voiceover people. I mean, I did that for, 40 years, and it was this wonderful industry.
Yeah.
New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and you traveled all over. And then, of course, you could, do it from your own house for a while there. As soon as that happened, as soon as you could build something in your closet to do voiceover, I thought, something's going to go wrong here.
For under $100 on Amazon.
Yeah.
You could build something in your closet.
That's Absolutely.
At first it sure wasn't. Those ISDN lines, what were they, like $1,000 a
Yeah,
month?
they were crazy
something like
expensive
that.
at the
Yeah.
time.
It was those for
But
a while.
also, I think that the moment we had the 2000 commercial strike, and that's going back 25 years now, a lot of things went non-union, and that was the beginning of the end. We can
Yep.
clock it back to that particular strike because that lasted over 6 months.
Yeah, that was a
I
lot.
remember that a lot. Well, that's about, how long ago was that?
25 years ago.
Yeah, 2000.
My career wasn't over by then yet, but it was probably 20 years ago.
It's on the waiting list.
Yeah, it was on the waiting list to be over. That's exactly right.
Yeah, but the beginning of the end. I think that
Yeah.
where you were super successful in that, it probably took a little bit longer to hit you, where it probably hit some of the
Yeah, probably.
other
Yeah.
voiceover artists faster.
God, it was just, and the amazing thing about that is the cities, the union, SAG, and after, and each city was fighting the other cities. Because the last time I did a commercial in Los Angeles, it was the old place that had the long building, and there were like 6 studios in there, and it just go down one hallway. It's where I ran into, I can't even remember his name, the guy who gained $8 billion. Oh, Orson Welles.
Orson Welles. Yeah.
I ran into Orson Welles in the hallway, and his driver came behind him and said, "Mr. Welles, the car's behind the building," and he couldn't turn around in the hallway. Orson, you might need to lose a little. There's a possibility.
Oh dear.
But I remember how hostile the voiceover people were to me out there when I would fly out there to cut commercials. This is our territory. What are you doing here? Like,
Well, it doesn't matter because the SAG-AFTRA union, and I will say this as a member myself, has been very much behind the 8 ball when it comes to AI, when it comes to
Absolutely.
digital web, podcasting, influencers.
Yep.
Right now, vertical shorts are the hottest thing. They're all coming in from China. Chinese production companies are coming in and keeping actors working. They're all non-union. Where is the union in having a voice in this? And they're not.
it's pretty scary, I suppose, for some. Because I had a younger brother, Troy, wanted to get into voiceover business, but by the time, because he was, what was he, like 30 years younger than me or something, or 25 anyway.
He's your brother.
What?
I said he's your brother.
He's your brother. Well, he was only 14 years younger than me. He was born in 65. So, but by the time he showed some interest in doing it, it was already starting to fade. It was nowhere near as easy to get into, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's just gone. It's not.
Now I would tell anyone who wants to have an acting career, like, what is your, that's a fun hobby, and then if you become really successful, do it, but I wouldn't pursue it full time right now. I wouldn't.
And now you go back to the beginning of the show, and if you wanted to get into doing a show, you would do a podcast. You could do it on the radio, because that might push you to do it on a podcast. Radio's, it's just, I can't believe how quickly it just blew up.
Well, I think you're going to all of us are going to be completely floored in the next 10 to 15 years about how everything's going to be changing. I mean,
Well, that's
AI
true.
is going to take over so many low-level jobs.
Yep. Basically,
The
any, like,
robots
office
that they
work.
have coming out of China, they can
Yeah.
fold laundry, they can do this, they
Whoops.
can do that, they
I want
can
one
do
of those.
8,000 recipes. I mean, it's just like, what?
Can they pet
pick-
a dog
they
so
can
Tim
pick-
doesn't have to?
They can pick
We have
dainty little
robots running
flowers.
around.
I mean, it's just going to be, I mean, it's all a matter of cost and convenience. And I think, now, Elon Musk, as nuts as I think he is, I used to really like him, but I think he's a little psycho.
Yes.
I really think he is. I mean, God
I've been
bless.
on
I
that
don't think
train
it's
for a
his
long
fault,
time,
but I think
welcome
he's-
to the club, Catherine.
I think he's a little wackadoodle.
Well, yeah, you can't be that smart and be normal. It's
No,
That
I
is
suppose
true.
that's
That
true.
works
He
usually.
said years ago that eventually we're going to have a universal basic income for people because there just aren't going to be jobs.
Yeah.
And
They're
I
not.
really
That's
do
true.
think he was correct about that.
Well, we tried that during the pandemic, and all it did was make everything cost twice as much.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you going to do when there's no entry level jobs?
But we've been saying that for centuries.
Yeah.
But you
It's
have
like-
AI CEOs now saying they're expecting the unemployment rate to be about 20% in the next 5 years.
That's
1 to 5
devastating
years is
to
what
an
he said.
economy.
Oh, Kristen's got to go. Sorry, Kristen, you're 4 minutes late.
Oh, yeah.
That's
They're
okay.
going to have to make
I just-
robots pay taxes. That's what
Make them all pay tax. Let them pay my taxes.
Yeah.
I just want to let you guys know if anyone's looking for some fun weekend viewing, Billy Joel's documentary is out on HBO today, and so it goes, and it's excellent.
Oh,
If you're
Dan
looking
would
He's a
like
good guy,
that.
too. Do you know
Yeah.
Billy at all? You ever met him?
No.
Really good guy. Really good guy.
I've seen him sing a million times, and his concerts are fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's
they
one of those
are.
guys you walk into Studio B and sit down and just start talking on the show, and then you know, hey Tom, I'm going to get a Coke. You want one? I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
He is like his true Long Island blue collar roots,
Yeah.
and he never
Yep.
lost that as rich as
Yep.
he became.
What I like about Billy Joel is he looks his age.
Yeah, he does.
He didn't go to
That's
Bruce
very true.
Springsteen's plastic
He
surgery.
did not find a
Oh,
plastic
God,
a
Springsteen.
Botox needle anywhere near his face. Good for him.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher, you'll be back on Monday.
I'll be back on Monday. Have a good
Thank
weekend,
you.
everyone.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Kristen
Bye.
Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. We shall be right back in a couple of minutes. Tim Slagle in studio. We'll be talking about 30 years of knowing each other, and I can't believe it's been 30 years already, but it has. We'll be right back. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand, and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget, and now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Pretty funny story, but I want to save it.
Let's take a second to talk about my bank, North American Banking Company. As a business owner, you're always looking for opportunities to grow, and that's where North American Banking Company can help. Their business banking team offers tailored solutions, whether you're expanding your team, opening a new location, or upgrading equipment. Because they're locally owned, loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities, which means faster approvals and more flexibility to meet your needs. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. I had to get used to the deal when I was reading a commercial and the dogs would start whining because they wanted to go see Dan or Alex or Catherine. And I thought at
We
first
got
they were
dogs.
whining because I was doing the commercial.
I said we got dogs.
We have
We
many
got dogs. We got a lot
dogs.
of dogs in the
Three to-
family.
three
Many
dog night.
dogs.
I got at least 2 emails about you being on the show today, Dan. So so absolutely.
Is mic on? Is
Fawn
it
was
working?
very excited.
Here, Dan, say
Are you clipped up?
I'm clipped, but am I on?
That's
You are
the mic that wasn't
yes.
working.
Yeah.
You are.
Okay.
You got me?
She's
Oh,
back.
May.
I think it's been about 9 years.
Has it
And
been 9
last
years?
on this show.
Really?
Wow.
That's unbelievable. We're just talking about how all of this is falling apart except for podcasts.
We'll turn Mom's
That's
mic off for
obvious.
right now.
It's true.
Yeah, for those listening, all the rubbing sounds, that is May.
There's May.
Hopping from lap to lap.
Yep.
Yeah, she's been on
That's how she is.
There we go.
many a lap.
Yes.
Anyone that will give her attention, she's like,
Yep.
you know the dog in Up that says, I have just met you and I love you? That is May.
That's May.
May. Well, Tim Slagle found that out very, very quickly.
Yes, he did.
We used to have another little dog that hated everyone except for like
Except
4
for us,
people.
yep.
So,
I think I remember that dog.
yes, Bella, you probably do. Bella,
do,
yes,
actually.
absolutely. She didn't
After
like
all this
anyone.
time. Tim Slagle, where are we this weekend?
Acme.
You're not doing the big show.
No, that's October 21st through October 21st through 25th.
And you're coming back here to do that?
Yes.
Excellent. Acme is still one of the great clubs in America.
Oh, absolutely.
It is. There's no
It's
doubt
still-
about that.
It's I count my calendar from Acme dates.
Yeah, I understand that.
The
That
year
was so
starts and ends with an Acme date.
We used to be in the same building for the longest time, and that was really nice because everybody would just come upstairs and be on the show.
That
It
was
great.
so convenient.
It was really nice. There's no question about it. So you were going to talk about, Dan, we were talking a bit about AI and all the rest of this stuff, and I've experienced me talking to myself, but it wasn't me talking. And there's a commercial on right now with my voice on it, but it's not me, which is a little scary.
Dan loves AI.
You love AI?
I use it a bit. Yeah, it's fun.
But I mean, what?
it's
Call and say I'm not making it in today because I'm sick?
I made that radio spot of you.
And I wouldn't
Yeah,
doubt.
I'm,
That I wouldn't doubt.
I'm making money off that right now.
So, Tim, how is this affecting comedy in general?
Well, I talked earlier that I asked it to write comedy because I'm confident that as long as AI cannot write comedy, I'm secure.
Yeah.
Well, from the looks of it, you'll be secure for quite some time.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I have
Yes.
seen its attempts.
So yeah, I've tried a couple times to have them write bits for me, and it just can't do it. And for me, if I want to get a little bit deeper, that's what everyone's concerned about is AI becoming sentient, that it actually recognizes itself. And at that point, it becomes dangerous because then it's going to have free will and start making decisions for the world.
Like
That's
that
what-
movie Megan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the girl, the little doll.
The girl robot
thing.
that like realizes she has all this power.
Yep.
Yeah. That's when that was Skynet in the Terminator.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
In the Terminator series. It
Or,
goes back
or,
to
if you want to get even older, what was that? War games.
Yeah.
Shall
War
we
yeah,
play
Matthew
a game?
Broderick.
well, even older is the Forbin Project that came out. It was a
don't even know
made
what
for
that
TV.
is.
It was
It's
a
all-
made for TV movie in the 70s.
We've just been waiting for this to happen. Well, like that's how was it Deep Blue, the
chess one.
chess
Yep.
one, they taught it how to play itself, and that's how it got better at
Yeah.
chess.
Well, because chess is really just a formula. For any
Yeah.
given setup of the board, there is an ideal move.
Yes.
And if you just run through every single possible permutation of the board and write down what the best move was, there you go. Now you've beaten chess.
Yeah, but it lost to
But humans can't do that.
It lost to a grandmaster, and then the people programmed it to play itself,
Mm-hmm.
and then it won the following year.
And the funny thing is, that was a while ago, and nowadays that's not impressive at all.
It's not. But then
A
there
computer
was
being able to beat a grandmaster, any child's toy chess
Yeah.
program can do that.
because
now.
that was
great.
what. How many years ago?
It has to have been like 20 years ago.
Bet it was in the mid 90s.
Yeah, but then there was
95.
that one that played Go, that Chinese game, Go. That was
Go,
not
yep.
that long ago. It was probably 5 years ago.
Well, let's see. Deep Blue was released in '96 and upgraded in '97, so that was
Okay.
a while ago, almost 30 years now.
AlphaGo. That was the one that played, and that was
AlphaGo. AlphaGo is a program, not a computer.
oh no. There was a
Yes.
computer that played against people.
Well, any computer can load AlphaGo, I guess is
oh,
the
okay,
point.
got it.
So I do have to ask a question here because you want to talk about this. I mean, it's going to affect your career. I suppose it already has affected my career in that I already talked about the fact that if you get a job offer now, you have to hope that it's from a podcast because radio doesn't have any money to pay you anymore. It used to be a multi-billion-dollar industry.
It is amazing.
Before you launch into what you talk about, I want to ask you a question because I have gotten many, many people on the street or calling me, leaving me messages, whatever, that they just get this feeling that people basically 25 to 30 years old and younger have no sense of humor anymore because there's just no exposure to humor for them. They just don't go to shows. They don't do. You see younger and younger people come to your shows, or are they over 25, 30 years old?
What I'm seeing in 25 to 35, that's millennial, right? Is that millennial?
No, I think
No.
20. Well, I'm 36, and I think millennial ends birth year like 92, and I was born in
81 and
89.
96 is apparently
Oh,
the
96. Okay.
96.
So 25 would be like the older Gen Z.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like 31 would be the youngest millennial now.
Okay.
I don't know how they count generation because the baby
I don't
boomers I thought was
either.
a 20-year
Yes.
generations.
It's
and now they're
completely
shortening to
arbitrary.
15,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is wrong because true generations
Yeah.
are 30
Yeah.
years now.
Yeah.
Kids,
That's
kids
right.
wait until they're
That's
30
right.
before they have kids. So that's
Yep.
that's what the actual generation should
Yeah.
be if
That's
they're
true.
counting.
Well, I think it's probably because of technology is advancing so much quicker
Yeah.
as time goes on. They're like
People born
my,
15 years apart have
Yeah.
completely different childhoods.
My childhood is completely different from somebody who's 10 years younger than me
Yeah,
that
it's
grew
crazy.
up with
Totally
always
different.
with
Yep.
iPhones and everything. Completely
Yeah.
different.
I have a niece that married a guy that was 3 years younger than him, and he didn't get a lot of her like references when she was making
What,
jokes.
3 years?
Three
That's,
years?
that's
Dan does that to me all the time. He'll be like, "Have you heard of the movie Dumb and Dumber?" Because he's 4 years older than me. I'm like, okay.
There you go.
You see, back when I was a child,
Yeah,
there
he
was a
does
man
that.
named Jim Carrey.
He does this
But
stuff to me
the
all the time.
millennials were they were taught by college professors that were the first ones to start talking about speech codes and hate speech,
Yeah.
and trigger alerts, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they their entire lives, the millennials have bought into it because and for them, humor is wrong. Laughing at
right,
anything,
right.
there's nothing to laugh about.
Yep.
But I think the generation behind them, I think
Alpha? Are you talking about X, older? Older or younger?
Z was it Z and Alpha? Z and Alpha.
Z
And
is
then
millennial, right?
No.
wait.
Y
Y is
is
millennial.
Y is millennial.
Y is millennial.
Yeah, Z is
Z is just Z,
yeah,
Going
and then
very
it's
smoothly.
alpha.
and
Yeah.
then yeah, my kids are alpha.
Yes,
Yeah.
mine. Yeah.
Yeah, but you start going into the late Z's, they're sick of it. They've
Yeah.
been they will say something that is mom, this stain on my shirt is black. Don't say black, honey.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
So they are now so rebelling against the previous generations.
Well, did
that
you
I think the younger generations, I think there's gonna be a comeback for comedy.
I
And
hope
you're
so.
seeing it
I
right now.
hope so.
Mark Maron just came out and said that anti-woke won.
Yeah.
Did you see that? He said
No.
it's the people that were against kind speech won. The anti-woke humor is now the most popular humor going right now.
Yeah,
And,
that's what I understand. It's going to have to be because it got really obnoxious.
Well,
Yeah.
did you see how Grok went rogue like a week or two
Oh,
ago?
yeah, all of a sudden it's an anime porno-looking thing. It's like, what the hell happened with
Well, no,
Grok?
that's post going rogue. The going rogue thing was he was talking about like people would egg it on into saying stuff like, you know, if we need a strong leader right now who can take care of what's going on right now, and he's like, I think if Hitler was a robot, that's who we should have, because like they know how to manipulate AI into saying things like that. So they got him saying stuff like it. I guess Grok is an it. They got it saying stuff like that and saying like all sorts of incredibly un-PC stuff, and it was all Gen Z doing it because they're the ones on the internet caring about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like when they figured out how to trick Google so that when you typed in total failure, that George Bush's website would
That was
come up.
20 years ago at least.
Yeah, but I think it's the same. I think it's,
Yeah.
I know it is, but I think it's the same thing that's going on with Grok.
Yes.
They did it. They did it a few months ago. Is anytime you would something about Elon that I forget what it was.
His America First party, I think you could like ask it
right.
why is America First so shitty, and it would be like it's shitty because,
Yeah.
and that's because AI is programmed to be very agreeable. Like if you give it a
Oh.
premise, it will agree with that premise unless it's hard coded not to, which is one of the reasons it's kind of worthless for anything but hard facts. Mm-hmm. So
Well,
like if you
even
ask it an
hard facts
opinion,
are subject to.
well, I mean, like I'm talking about like math and that sort of
Because-
stuff, physics
Yeah.
equations, things. That's what
Oh,
it's good
yeah.
for. But if you ask it a political opinion, it will determine what yours is by the way you asked it, and then tell you what you want to hear.
Well, I had
Wow, I'm that way too.
More alike than
so
not.
it's just being social.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so interesting that maybe it was World War II or something, because it seemed like up until, obviously none of us were alive then, but up until then it was like the generations kind of followed one another, World War I and then World War II. Maybe it wasn't World War II. It might have been the Vietnam era. That Vietnam War changed the entire world and the way we talk to each other a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how that changed everything.
If you talk to comedians a few years older than me, they will say that it was like within 3 years, people went to wearing suits and ties out to nightclubs and having to have a hat check girl because they wore their hat to the nightclub.
Yeah.
Into T-shirts and jeans. They
Yeah,
said it was
absolutely.
about a three-year change.
Yep.
And that was all the Vietnam War. And you want my conspiracy? The damn Russians putting Marxism into the culture.
That's very true.
It is true.
Are there any things now that, because it seemed like in the past there was always, we can't tell jokes about that. Do you have to worry about that now?
Not at Acme.
That's very good. That's a very good
That's
point.
the beauty of Acme. I
Yes.
spend a year coming up with stuff that I can only do at Acme.
Why do you think that is?
It's because Louis Lee. It's his vision
great,
that
yeah.
everything that he came from Hong Kong, which was right on the border with mainland China, which Hong Kong's communist now, but it was at that point he could see communism and he could see freedom.
Oh yeah.
And he did not want to export the communism into the it's what he got away from. So so of course he's any speech. If people laugh at it, then it's funny. If people pay to see it, then it's worthwhile.
One of the things I love about Lewis is that he's the only person that has that accent that you can not really imitate, not make fun of it, but imitate it. Because Chad Daniels, every time I see him, he walks in and he goes, Chad Daniel, headliner. What are you doing over there?
We're going to start doing take a shot every time you
Yeah.
tell that story.
It's one of your favorite
Chad
stars.
Daniel knew no headline.
It's a wonderful, but it's a great story because Chad loves it.
Yeah,
That's why I
I
tell him.
can't tell you how many times I've heard Chad take it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, he tells me.
We took a shot every time we heard one of you tell that story. We'd be as drunk as Chad Daniel.
Well, that's probably true. But see, I just love the fact that there's little communication there between two different people from two different places, and they both enjoyed it. That's the whole point of me bringing it up.
Right.
Because it doesn't happen that much anymore.
No, there's,
Right?
True.
Look at you both turning on me over there.
No, it's just
It's an
moment that
inside
you
joke.
talked about Lewis, we
Yeah.
looked at each other like, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it.
It's such a great story because Chad tells that story over and over again, and most people would be terrified to do an Asian accent while telling the story. So settle down.
I do Lewis's accent all the time.
Oh, absolutely. That's the other
I've
thing.
known him for so long.
I better take a break here. God, this show is flying by. Except for me, of course, holding it up with telling my story.
Yeah. Moving along.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a second to talk about my bank. That'd be North American Banking Company. As a business owner, you're always looking for opportunities to grow, and that's where North American Banking Company can help. Their business banking team offers tailored solutions, whether you're expanding your team, opening a new location, or upgrading equipment. Because they're locally owned, loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities, which means faster approvals and more flexibility to meet your needs. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Many car dealers try to create an extreme sense of urgency. Does anybody really buy it?
We gotta sell 100 cars by Saturday to get the boss off the roof. You'll never see these rebates again. And oh yeah, your trade will never be worth more.
Really? I asked Jim Paul from Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Valley GMC in Hastings his thoughts.
I don't even know what to say. I hope folks are smarter than that.
Has there really ever been a time when it was urgent?
Probably not, but this tariff environment might be a first. Valley has several hundred pre-tariff units on the ground. Who knows what's going to happen with the tariffs, but these are really safe buys. Going forward, Valley's committed to make whatever the situation is as painless as possible. Like we've always done.
Where can we find you then?
Get them pre-tariff. Hurry, hurry, hurry. When they're gone, they're gone. And man,
At a Valley store in Apple Valley or Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Certainly not on a roof.
Yeah, because our dog is black, but it has a little bit of the gray speckle on the black.
Yeah, she's
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Tim Slagle in studio. Showtimes.
Showtimes tonight and Saturday, 7 and 9:30.
7 and 9:30. Excellent.
And
It is still one of the great comedy clubs in the United States. Don't you think?
I think it's the best. I think
it's phenomenal.
It's you know, it's kind of funny. I just noticed this, is that when I started comedy, the improv brick wall was synonymous with a comedy stage. I don't know if you remember.
Yep.
Clubs all over
Yep.
would get one club in Fort Wayne that I did got like brick tile to make a fake brick wall behind the stage.
Yep.
And it looked real. It was like linoleum, but the brick wall was comedy. Now, if you look at it, the red curtain.
Oh yeah.
It's all the red curtain.
Why is it? Who started that?
Joe Rogan. His podcast.
Actually,
every video.
Actually,
online.
Lewis had the red curtain before Joe Rogan.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe Joe Rogan made it popular, but who did it first?
Yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah, that's a whole different deal. Like you get to that level of Joe Rogan, that thing is just gigantic.
Sure is.
Yeah.
And it's
Tom Bernard, podcaster.
you know podcasting. No, that's-
Exactly.
I've met Joe a couple of times, and he and I would not be friends.
Really?
Yeah, it's just.
How do you know?
I don't know what it is.
You don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
you don't know.
I definitely know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just I don't know what it is. It's just he's
Judgy, Judge Judy.
got a little bit of edge to him, and then I'm like, yeah.
You don't have any edge to you at all, though. So
No.
that's weird. That
Yeah,
you.
but I'm taller than 5'4", so.
That surprises me. I feel like you would get along.
Yeah.
You
I
both
get along.
have practical mindsets, so you're not just floundering and following a right or a left. It's just looking at things logically. You tend to do that too.
But I think the problem is, and I'm very serious about this, I'm a lot bigger than he is, and he doesn't like that.
I don't know. He
I'm
talks to
very
tall
serious
people.
about that.
Yeah.
He does not like that.
Little people, you mean? It's the little
Yeah,
people.
he's not a big guy. Have you ever met Joe?
No, I never have.
Yeah, he's not a big guy. How tall is Joe? Well, they're going to say he's like 5'10".
Oh, yeah, that's the thing.
5'7",
Yeah, about
6".
5'6",
He's very
5'7".
short. he's
And
very
again, I got
broad.
nothing against,
Wide as he is
against
tall.
smaller people, but he just, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's always been a thing. It
has.
You know, and you look at for me, the most offensive people in politics: Robert Reich,
Yeah, there you go.
George Stephanopoulos. They're all Rahm Emanuel. They're all tiny people.
They are. That is a different deal, and they can deny it all they want. And I've known some not very big guys, the nicest guys in the world, but some people just cannot handle it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is.
Well, the nastiest dog in the canine
yeah.
world is a Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I was gonna say. I thought the same exact thing. I was like, Chihuahuas.
I have a brother who was at one time he was around 6'5", maybe Daryl.
Yeah.
Barely, yeah.
At one time he was around 6'5", and he said, yeah, he'd be playing pool in a bar, just minding his own business with his friends, and some guy had a couple of drinks and had to come to him. So you think you're all tall, do you? I want to get in a fight.
I don't think I'm tall. I just
There
think.
you go.
But then there's also.
Like, what?
But then there's also a weird tall guy thing, where like if you're very tall, like 6'7" or taller, and you're somebody taller is around you, I guess that upsets some tall people.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
like
I'm-
my friend used
Yeah.
to date a guy that was 6'8"
Oh, God.
or 6'9", and there was this one restaurant that they used to go to, and this guy that worked there was like an inch or two shorter than him, and he just was mean to him.
Really?
Because he was like, he's like, it happens all the time where guys that are relatively tall just don't like me because I'm taller than them.
Yeah,
Because
well,
there
I
used to
suppose
be
that's
the
a
only
Yeah,
tall
exactly.
person in
that
the.
is a weird deal.
Exactly. It's like, what?
Well, I'm 5'9.25", which I mean,
Got that
it's not
quarter in there.
super tall, but I'm tall
You're tall for a woman.
for a woman.
for
And
sure.
sometimes when I see another tall woman, I'm like, what are you doing being taller than me?
There's a cartoon called Invader Zim.
Yes,
You know Invader Zim?
Absolutely, I know.
And
Invader Zim.
Zim's planet, where he comes from, that's the total hierarchy. Is
The taller you are,
Yeah, it's yes, my tallest.
Yep. The leaders of the planet are called the tallest.
Yeah.
Well, we just found out a couple of months ago, and I didn't know this, but we have a listener. He goes by the name of Tyre Carver. He doesn't give his real name. His son is 7'2".
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like,
that is-
holy,
That's tall.
that is a big
What?
kid.
That's an
7'2".
To me, that must be an uncomfortable existence.
Holy
An
Hannah, that's a
airline
big kid.
seat?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? There's not a bulkhead seat long enough
If
for
he was a
both legs.
comedian, I've been in clubs where he couldn't work.
Right. yeah.
Yeah, like
There's
there's
a
no.
roof.
Yeah, Acme
Yeah.
has
roof.
short ceilings.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
the stage,
Yeah.
that roof's close by.
Here's a funny story. When I was living in Chicago, the Stir of Echoes movie was
Yep.
was done 2 doors down from me. That was the house they picked.
Oh, okay.
And my wife was just fascinated. Had to go out and see the production, and she's standing out. She comes back. I said, "So what's it look like?" She goes, "I think it's going to be a comedy," because we had no idea what the film was. She goes, "I think it's going to be a comedy," and I go, "Why is that?" And she goes, "Well, they have a midget that looks exactly like Kevin Bacon." So I think it's gonna be like a mini me sort of thing. And I go, "Oh, I got to go see this." I go out and I look at it. I go, "Honey,
Honey,
I hate to tell you something."
I wonder why that is. This day and age, why people, whether you're too tall, you're too short, you're too this, you're too. You would have thought that people would have gotten over that by now, but it's probably more focused now than ever.
DNA.
It is
Yeah,
in the
you're
DNA.
It is
Yeah.
like with dogs, man. You get dogs together,
Yep.
and they all of a sudden they know how to act like wolves again. They start running in a pack like they're going to take down a moose. And you got a Shih Tzu and a Cockapoo and a Labradoodle and a Chihuahua. It's like a Broadway musical wolf pack.
See, my life is the exact. My best friend ever, Andy's named after him, Andy Fisher. Maybe the toughest guy I ever knew, and he was 5'8". Just tough. I mean, just oh God, you'd see him. Some guy lip off to him a little bit, and that didn't go too well. Andy was tough as hell. I don't know what drove him, but he was something else. Andy, are you as tough as Andy Fisher?
No.
Me either.
Andy's very kind-hearted.
It's kind of the
Never
boy
tried
named
to be.
Sue story, isn't it?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. He got it. He just, I don't know. It's a whole different deal. As far as audiences are concerned for you now, are they responding as well as they always did? Is there a different way to go about it? I mean, is that whole because comedy changes all the time, but does the audience change?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do find myself tiptoeing a lot.
Yeah.
Whereas before I could just come out and say something, I do find myself now tiptoeing a little
Going to
bit.
scan the
because-
crowd, or no, or just in general.
Yeah, it's really hard to scan a crowd. I can't tell because I'll just say it. Trump supporters have learned how to closet themselves more than homosexuals.
Yes.
At this point.
That's a very. I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
Why- and
especially in
that-
Minneapolis.
There's another good.
Better.
There's another good thing. Why do people? Because I grew up, I guess we were pretty much far left in the house, because very poor and all the rest of it. Then I tried to be on the right a while. I didn't really comfortable there. I mean, is it still important that the political party thing is really still that important? Isn't it? I mean, they go after each other like there's no tomorrow.
I think it's. I think for some, but right now in this last election, we had Trump supporters that would have never voted Republican before.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
true.
truly, and the left hates this, because the left was always supposed to be everyone is welcome here, and it's not that way anymore.
No.
It's if you want to be
Right.
welcome in the left, there is a strict code that you have to subscribe
Yeah,
to.
that's
There are
a very
beliefs
good
that you
point.
are supposed to hold. And whereas Trump just kind of went out there and said, just come to me. If you don't like it over there, come to me, and it worked for him.
I have never understood, though, hating someone because of their political beliefs. I know socialists. I know righties, lefties. I don't care.
Well, the thing is that when atheism becomes the what you have to subscribe to,
Yeah.
the state becomes your god.
Yeah.
So when you insult the state or with their beliefs, you are insulting their god. Whereas for you and I'm guessing you do. You think there's something above that. That there's things more important than just government. Government is just how we get the toilets to flush. You know, that's how we believe. But for them, no. Government is how we enforce morality. It's how we reach utopia. For them, it's it's for you and I. When we hear tragedy, we think thoughts and prayers. They think we need another law.
That's true.
Is that
That's a
their
very good
laws?
point.
That's how they petition their God, is with legislation.
It just makes me really, really sad that, first of all, it all appears to me on all sides to be about money. It's not about politics, it's about money. Everybody's just, oh my God, money. That does bother me quite a bit. But I also, some of my dearest friends, the Don Shelbys of the world and people like that, Kathy Wurzer, are very far left. I have some friends that are very far right. I don't care. I don't have to follow their steps. I don't have to live their life. Why would I care if you're far left, far right, whatever, as long as you just relax?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, be human.
Is that ever going to happen again, though? Are people going to ever be human again?
I don't know.
I don't either.
It's I'm one of those that think it's coming to a head.
God, I hope
and
so.
And then it's going to get really ugly, and then it might go back to normal.
God, I hope so, because from my. Let me ask you, younger people, this. It always appears to me, whether it's the left or the right, when they go after somebody, they want to hurt them. It's not enough to try to sway their opinion, but they want to hurt you when they go after you now. And I don't understand that. Why would that be the case? I'm not talking about your age group. I'm just talking about your age group looking at why these older politicians do that now.
It's always been that way.
But I mean, it's so blatant.
Yeah, I think so.
God, maybe. You may be right
Well,
about that.
I think before social media, we didn't have politicians doing
That's true,
constant little updates about
Yeah,
every
we didn't
tiny
know.
little aspect of
Yeah,
everything
exactly.
and their little spin on it all and garnishing, 5-6 million viewers that worship these people because of their TikTok.
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
videos.
it wasn't long ago that we went from sundown towns to Irish need not apply to Japanese get in the camp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's always been there's always been a group that you're supposed to hate and it's acceptable to hate. And people need that, unfortunately.
The scary one to me is the Me Too movement has now developed into migrants don't know any better, so it's okay, so they don't have to go to jail when they do
that's interesting,
things.
isn't it?
That's the weird one to me. I don't get that at all.
Oh, it's part of their culture.
Yeah, it's part of
Yep.
their culture. They don't know any
I
better.
know, isn't that like kind of demeaning, you'd think? Like, oh, you're just a poor little brown person. You don't know any better.
I agree with you.
It is. It's very demeaning. And also, I don't care if you come into this country illegally or legally. There should be somebody who's saying, if you're going to, come here at all, you need to know what our laws are.
Yeah.
These are our laws.
that'd be good.
We don't rape children here. We don't do that. I don't care if you did that at home. You can't do that here. And we're going to put you in jail. We're not going
just
to
a bad
put you back
idea.
out on the streets. No. Sorry.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. It's now it's all about vote. They're bringing all those people here because they will all vote their way, and therefore they make more money. It's all based on money to me, it appears.
Power.
Yeah.
And power and money are interchangeable.
They are.
Yes.
They're like
A lot of
mass
people would
and
rather have the
energy.
power.
They're the same
Exactly.
thing. and
Money
they
is
can
essentially
convert.
a token that represents power.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is. I don't know. I just wish people would calm down.
And it's not just that they can vote, because I was always under that misunderstanding too.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, like Lewis, would tell me, he goes, immigrants don't want to vote for what they left. But it's not that. It's also representation. Is that did they not count the immigrants in California and New York,
Yep.
et cetera? They would have lost seats in the House of Representatives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Many
So
seats.
The
so
numbers
that they
game.
don't vote, but they get representation.
Yep.
God, that's amazing. Is that the way things should be, do you think?
Well, no. I think let's go back old school, and immigrants are counted as 3/5.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Was that a
back in
thing?
the old
That was a
days.
thing?
The 3/5
Oh, yeah.
compromise.
Yep.
I never heard of that one.
Well, it wasn't immigrants at
It
the
wasn't
time.
immigrants, no.
Who was it?
Slaves.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, that's right.
I do remember that now.
In the
It's,
southern states, slaves counted as 3/5 of a person. And interestingly, people think that that's because
crazy is
that the southerners saw them as less than a person. But actually, how it went was southerners wanted them counted as a full person so they would get more house seats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the North
Yep.
wanted them counted not at all. So they compromised and said 3/5,
3/5.
which is worse than either.
Thanks,
as
Golden
a-
Valley High School, for not teaching me all of that.
Yeah, exactly. For me in my life, there is no question. I was very, very young, and it still pisses me off that I can't say the name of any of his albums. But Richard Pryor to me changed all of that. I mean, he came along and
3/5
he went
compromise?
after it.
Yeah.
What, Andy?
He changed the 3/5 compromise?
No. Just the way you could say someone's name. You couldn't say someone's name. You could bring up race. You couldn't bring up race. I mean, he just put it all out there. Here it all is. If you don't like it, tough shit.
Yeah.
That's how he was.
No, that is a good point, and it was and it was through his albums because there was no other way.
That's
There was
exactly
no
right.
other way to hear a Richard Pryor routine unless you bought a Richard Pryor ticket.
Yeah.
Other than a Richard Pryor record, because he couldn't do it on television.
Oh,
He couldn't
that's
do it on
right.
radio. He
Yeah.
couldn't. There was no.
No, there'd be fainting in the audience.
And by the way, the people at the
talk
record
show
stores
back then.
did it on purpose. You'd go in there and go, I want to buy a copy of the new Richard Pryor album. What's the name of it? It's like, you know the name of it. Don't make me say that.
It reminds me, I think there was an interview out there, I think it was Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh,
where
yeah.
someone, the interviewer, a white guy, says the N-word. And he's like, what N-word? And the interviewer's like, I don't want to say it. And he's like, no, say it. Say the word. And I don't know exactly what his point was, but I think it was, it's just a word, and the more power we give it, the more power it will have.
Yeah, when I sing a rap song, it's really hard to put N-word in there because it ruins the rhythm.
It really does. And actually, that pronunciation of the word Negro was just their pronunciation.
Well, you can't say Negro anymore either.
Yeah.
No, that's right. But I mean,
Isn't it
back in
funny
the
that
day-
all these African American support groups have acronyms that you can't say?
It's true.
That's right. You did notice that, absolutely.
The NAAPOC.
Let's take a quick 60-second break, come back, can you stay about another 5-10 minutes?
Yeah.
Wonderful. You guys, well, you're headed out whenever you're headed out, right? So
Sure are.
that'll work.
We have to
Whenever.
give you guys all of our dog accoutrements.
Accoutrement. There you go.
Dog is.
Or dogs.
You're listening to us, your customers listen to us, and they'll hear me promote your business. The Tom Bernard Podcast attracts thousands of listeners who are loyal, engaged, and ready to support businesses they trust. Our podcast has helped numerous businesses increase traffic, sales, and brand recognition. We're not just about ads, we're about results. Whether you're a local business or a national brand, we offer custom advertising packages designed to fit your unique needs and goals. Our audience spans multiple demographics, allowing you to target your ideal customers with precision, from millennials to baby boomers and everyone in between. With the broad reach of the show and passionate following, your business will see increased visibility and awareness, translating into more customers and sales. We are back, Tim Slagle at Acme tonight and tomorrow night. Showtimes again?
7 and 9:30.
7 and 9:30.
AcmeComedyCompany.com if you want reservations. 612-338-6393 if you're old
Wow.
school.
I like how you got it memorized.
Yeah, there you do. How
Great.
did he ever figure out how to put together Acme? Because it is one of the, if not the best comedy store in the United States, it's one of them.
Yeah.
I wonder what it was before Acme.
What it was before Acme?
I mean, the club.
Yeah,
I
like the
don't-
building.
The club opened, I believe, as the Rib Tickler.
The Rib Tickler.
And it was a comedy and magic club based on the Comedy and Magic Club in California.
Yeah, those aren't so big anymore, are they?
No.
Magic clubs.
Magic Club.
And I don't know why, because there is a certain fascination. But
Yeah.
I've
I
never
love
been.
it.
I've
I
never
love
been to one, but
No, it's
It-
I'd never go, but
yeah, I have a hard time.
But
I have
it's
a hard
great.
time with magic because some people can like watch like a miracle in front of them and go, "That's just amazing to watch." It's me. I'm like, okay, how did he do
yeah,
that?
Yeah.
I
that's
gotta.
all I can
Can
think
you do
about.
it over? Because I want to see what I missed.
do
there.
it in slow motion, please.
Yeah, yeah. I feel cheated because I know don't have superpowers. But anyway, I believe it was called the It was called The Rib Tickler, and it didn't go anywhere. And then I think they brought in Scott Hansen to turn it into a comedy gallery, and that lasted like a month.
Oh, really?
And then Lewis bought it out of bankruptcy.
Right.
And it was already set up as a comedy club.
Isn't it amazing that all those guys are gone now? I mean, the Louis Andersons and Scott. And
Yeah, no kidding.
that's a tough deal. Is that part of the lifestyle, though, that you're on the road so much and living hard that you're not going to live a long life sometimes?
Yeah, I think so.
That's probably true. Isn't it?
I think so. It's because when I started in comedy, cocaine was really popular.
Oh, yeah.
That's Robin Williams.
And all the people that I knew that really, for me, it was fortunately it was out of my budget.
Yeah.
But the
There you
people
have
that
it.
could afford it and did it a lot, all passed away very young.
No question.
And I
Every
think
one
what
of
it
them.
is that every person at birth is given a set amount of heartbeats.
I think they say it's 1 billion heartbeats or something like
Yeah,
that.
and when you spend a lot of time doing cocaine, you lose you
Couple million
you
a day.
burn them up. Yeah.
Better watch that coffee
I feel like
intake.
athletes kind of debunk that, don't they? Heart beating a lot faster all the time.
Well, athletes
Dying
actually
young.
have slower
Yeah, but then
resting
your
heartbeats.
your
Yeah,
resting
but-
heart rates.
They do.
Like significantly. I think the lowest was I think it might have been, I don't know, some Tour de France guy. I think his resting heart rate was in like the 30s,
Mine's
Really?
in the
which is
30s.
scary.
Yeah.
Mine when I meditate goes to 40.
Yeah.
That's pretty low.
Yours is in the 30s?
Mine's in the 30s when I sleep.
When you
Do
sleep,
you have
sure.
to check them for
Resting
signs
just
of
means
life?
like sitting.
Are you okay?
I think when I'm asleep,
both
mine goes
sleep-
down to 70.
We both sleep like dead people, so.
Nice.
Not me.
In a coffin?
Yeah, sleep in a coffin. Not the
That's
greatest
the way
idea in the
to
world.
have peace. It's the only. The kids come in. If the coffin's closed, leave me alone.
Well, I got to ask you because I mean it's pretty much time to wrap it up here, but I just after knowing you for 30 years, and you've been in comedy how long?
Longer than that.
Longer than that. I know it's longer than that.
I don't like to say it because it's
You don't have
it's
to.
embarrassing.
But it still carries over though. That's a
own it.
good thing, isn't it?
that
That comedy doesn't really have an age. If you're 80 years old or you're 25 years old, if you're funny, you're funny.
Yeah, I have seen it change though. I mean, the
really?
industry, the comedy club industry. I have seen the styles of comics. I've definitely seen the change in what's going on, and that it's right now in stand up, and I credit Lewis Lee a lot for this. It is closer to an art form. I mean, it's always been an art form, but now some of the stuff that the young comics are putting out there is so art
Yeah.
that it astounds me to see it actually evolve from comics that just used to tell street jokes. They used to actually make a living going club to club telling street jokes, to now where people are writing plays and shows that are contained within the stand-up genre.
Who are some of the people that you think are really great right now?
I hate
Coming
them
up.
all.
I hate
I hate
them all.
every single one of them,
No doubt
and
about
I resent their success.
I suppose that's going to be that way, but anyway.
Whoa. Jeez Louise.
I think that's a good thing, actually, to tell you the truth. I hate them all.
Yeah, little.
It's who was it? I can't remember who said it, but it was one comic, and it said he said in passing to another comic, is what you have to realize is they're all wrong.
Yeah.
Meaning the audience, that's the state of being a comic, is everyone else in the world is wrong.
There you go.
And I'm going to tell you why.
There you and the guy that deserves a lot of credit for all this stand-up and all the rest of it, Johnny Carson. You never saw comedians until Johnny Carson broke them out, and then Ed Sullivan started bringing them on after that. But it was Johnny Carson. There weren't any comedians on shows. Maybe there have been some actors who had a sense of humor.
And it's young people today will not understand, especially young comics, the what it was like to get a Carson slot.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. You do one Carson show, and your entire next year was booked.
What was the
Podcast that now, sorry.
Oh, sorry. That's okay.
I was just gonna say that's podcast now, though. Young
Yeah,
comics
that's
come on a
exactly right.
podcast,
Yeah.
get on the
That's
right
exactly
podcast,
right.
it can set you off.
Yeah.
It's just-
Podcasting is changing the world completely.
Yeah.
It absolutely is, because radio is in big trouble. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, I think the highest rated show in this town now has like an 8 share or something like that.
What is it? The
Well,
highest
during the
K-Fan.
during the
K-Fan was big.
Christmas
It's gotta be
season,
K-Fan.
it's Cool 108 by a long shot.
What's that?
During Christmas, it's
Yes.
Cool
Oh
108.
yeah, the
That's
Christmas
a
music.
special own thing.
But I mean, that
They have
show,
their own
that,
special.
yeah.
that K-Fan morning show in the old days would have had a 35-40 share.
Let's see, they're doing. Oh, they're
Been totally different.
wavering between 8 and 10.
Yeah, 8 and
That's
10.
really
That's pretty
good.
much it.
That's
now.
extremely
For now,
good for
yeah.
modern
For,
radio.
for
yes.
now, that's
Yeah,
very,
which
very
is
good.
Wild.
Yep.
You know, why doesn't someone just come up with KSMS, the Christmas station?
I know.
Oh, there you go. Christmas.
12 months a year.
12 months
Christmas
of the year,
Christmas
baby.
year
Spotify,
round.
you can listen to Christmas music whenever you want.
Yes, you
true.
sure
I would
can.
say because of the influx of people moving here from Africa, it wouldn't go over too well. That's the big problem you hear now. Honestly, God, I'm not kidding you. The Somali community in this town does not like that stuff at all.
That's true.
No.
It's really weird.
Well, can't you have a pirate music station?
Yeah, maybe you could. Maybe you could.
I gotta go.
Just a bunch of sea shanties.
Tim, it's always a pleasure to see you. Now,
Oh, you know I love to
you're
come in.
returning when again?
I'll be here on October 21st and 25th, and maybe I'll have time to tell you my AI story
I'd love
Yeah,
to hear
that'd
your
be
AI.
fun. That would be
that we
fun.
never got.
Yeah, we never got to. That's my fault. What are you going to do? All right, that is going to do it again. It's always great seeing you, pal.
Yep, always good to be here.
We'll talk to you on Monday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.